Morning.
Morning.
She's got the giggles. I had toothpaste under my chin. She's trying to talk. I'm going to overtalk her. So I'm just yep. There, and here it comes.
We are at Charlie's Lock. It is Monday morning. And we are going back to Retford.
For the first time
in 3 weeks.
Yeah. So we're going back to home.
Yeah,
our home
yeah.
Place we never left. An entire series of videos that were all circled around Retford.
And here's another one.
Yeah, here it comes.
So we need to go back to Retford to do some laundry, to fit the bubble test, well, to buy the bubble tester for the gas locker, to fit the bubble tester, and to get our BSS, fingers crossed.
I'm not sure why we need to get our BSS finger crossed. Yeah, we need to get our BSS inspection. It's not actually due until early August, but we're within the 2-month window, so we want to get it done so that we can...
Yeah, in case anything needs doing or anything.
Yeah, and kind of get the full value out of it. And the reality is that if we don't get it done here, then...
We'll need to get it done somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's just convenient.
Yeah, it's convenient. It's a useful place to do it. There's parts available nearby, etc., etc. So
that's our first
so
one.
We'll be sitting in Retford again for a little while until we get all that sorted.
Hopefully just 5 days, 4 days, yeah. And then, yeah, back to West Stockwith and then out one way on the Trent or the other way, we're not sure.
Yeah, it's possible there's some work that may need to be done. So
maybe longer.
Yeah.
Usually we have the map on the back of the boat so we know what's coming up.
But we know what's coming up.
We're not going to need that today.
So the main thing at the moment, this is going to be a pretty boring trip, except for... we know the weed boat's been through here, so I think that there will be no problem, and I don't see any particular weed on the other side of this lock.
But below this lock is where it was the worst, absolutely the worst. It was solid.
Between bottom middle lock and bottom lock was the worst pound we've seen in terms of algae.
There were massive mats.
Yeah, like 30-foot wide mats of floating weed. It had all collected down there, and it was nigh unmovable.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see what it's like now.
Yeah. So... yeah, that's the thing we're kind of worried about. Once we make it past the 3 locks, it's just an easy scoot down past our favorite mooring, where we won't be stopping, to the 2 locks in Retford, where I think we will go back to just above the park. Yeah, where we will begin our search for George's Ball.
Yeah, that's the exciting thing. Will George's Ball still be in the river idle?
Will it be waiting?
Will Michael go wading in finally to retrieve it?
Yeah, because I'm such a chicken. Just don't know. Stay tuned. All right, that lock is full.
Okay.
I'm going to go open.
On the Canal and River Trust website, this lock is called Forest Middle Top Lock, and that's its official name. But everyone on the canal calls it Charlie's Lock, and we were curious as to why. We found out that it earned its nickname from Charlie Mitchell, who was lockkeeper here for many years, and we asked the Chesterfield Canal Trust if they could tell us more. He was born in one of the canal side cottages in Clayworth in 1917 and moved into the lockkeeper's cottage here with his wife Frida in 1953. As well as looking after the lock and maintaining the towpaths, he played a significant part in saving the canal from closure when it was under threat. He sounds like a much-loved character, and it's great that the lock is still known as Charlie's Lock, even though that's not its official name. If you want to find out more, I've put a link to an article about him below. So this is one of the places where the weed was bad when we came through heading west, and it's pretty much clear now. The weed boat's done a really good job of getting rid of it all. And this is all the weed, left out to dry in the sun. And there's some more piled up here. This is the other pound that was choked up with weed, and while there's definitely still some here, it doesn't stop us in our tracks like it did last time. Time for us to join Michael on the boat for the rest of the cruise to Retford. This boat's new. It has a kayak on the back that's sticking out into our path. We'll have to move right over to squeeze past it. Back at West Retford Lock, site of the frog rescue. He's nowhere to be seen today. Round the corner and onto our main lockdown mooring. The mooring's actually on the off side of the canal, but there's a cut through you can do via the street, so I don't have to walk all the way down to the town lock just across the canal.
So we're back in Retford,
Back on our home mooring.
where we haven't been. Actually, we've never left. It's a dream. It's all been a dream. Everything up to the end, just complete fantasy.
So how was the weed coming back?
It was fine. There was a little bit worry because, you know, you could still see some of the weed that had been left around the boats at the permanent moorings there, but most of it had looked like it was obviously cleared out.
They must have removed a lot.
They must have been working for a while, because when we moved through there, it was like perfectly fine. As I got closer to the first lock, there was a bit of a bunch up of it, but it didn't really affect me. Second pound,
Which was the bad pound, the really bad pound.
yeah, and it's still got a lot of weed in it, and I had to push through it, but
Not the big floating mats that
no,
was the
no.
problem.
Most of what was floating on the surface the last time we were there has obviously been removed. Most of what was on the bottom is still there, so I did have some problems with speed, but I didn't have to, like, you know, push tonnage. So overall, we made it through, and then onto the long pound, and the long pound was just lovely.
And we ended up having this really random conversation, as is the way when you live with Michael, about being on a jury. And I discovered that if I committed a crime, Michael wouldn't give me a false alibi. He wouldn't try and cover it up. He'd basically seek justice for my victim, which is fine.
I'm not saying I would seek justice. I'm saying that when asked, I would be honest.
And if he was on a jury and I was guilty, he'd convict me.
Well, if you were guilty, yes. I don't understand. It's like, I don't understand. Yeah, I'm clearly doing something wrong by
No, it's fine. It is the right thing to do. But if I ever murder anyone,
Yeah, well, that's the thing. See, I wouldn't.
I mean, I'm not planning to. So
I'm not going out of my way.
It's not really a problem.
She's not planning to. She's into true crime podcasts and videos on YouTube and stuff. And so I'll often fall asleep to Joe listening to some nefarious murder or something.
And then have a nightmare that I'm planning you off.
Yeah. I'll wake up in the morning going like, I'm not really sure what that was all about with the beheadings, but it wasn't pleasant. And I have a tendency to watch things on like bad forensic science and problematic convictions and stuff. So it's like, I have I'm more like justice, good, logic, important, real evidence, good. So, if you're like, if you're bad at committing murder and you leave a lot of evidence, then what am I supposed to do?
I'm not going to commit a murder.
Not that I'm going to end up on the jury, because I can't imagine it.
No, it's
it's like the judge isn't going to be like, do you think you can deliver a guilty verdict to your wife?
Well, if you could.
I could. I don't think you'll believe me.
I don't think the judge would ask. I don't think you'd get that far.
I hope not.
It was just interesting for me to learn that.
I really hope not. I don't want to end up at the bottom of the canal.
Shit, if you fall off and like in the tunnel, I'll get convicted.
Just take a look. Take a look. Just
shit.
look
No,
at
I'm really
Google
scared.
history.
I'm really scared now. It's going to happen.
I'm confident it won't.
Can you just say that it was? If you fall off, it wasn't my fault. Can I just have that?
Let's say everybody know. If I fall off the back of the boat, it probably wasn't Joe's fault.
Probably.
Look for the evidence. Anyway, we're in Retford. We're going to be in Retford for a little while.
We're about to go and look for George's ball.
Yeah, we're waiting for the weed boat to go up before we move. We were going to do our BSS here. We are recalculating on that idea because Rob on the boat behind us made a good point, which is that if we get a gas safety certified boat safety scheme examiner, then we don't need to install this bubble tester. Yeah. And installing the bubble tester does put an extra weak point in your gas.
And Michael's not gas certified, so even though he could fix it and it would probably be safe, we can't.
I need to get somebody out who's gas certified to check. And like the purpose of this thing is to check for leaks in your gas system. And like that's a good idea, but by adding another weak point to it, and also it would be in a position I wouldn't be able to check it anyway. So yeah,
we're just having a rethink on that.
Yeah, which means we might move down towards West Stockwith a little bit earlier than we had been planning.
Which is exciting.
Yes. And George is trying to get further and further and further away. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that bell if you want to get notifications. So we're at Retford Top Locks.
No, we're not.
Sorry. Whoops. What the hell am I talking about? We're at Forest Top Locks.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. We're at Forest Top Middle Lock.
Middle Top Lock. It's only like the
Let's try this one.
Fifth time we've been here, so we should know.
We're in the middle of the Forest Lock somewhere. Up beside the service point. And we're
at Charlie's Lock.
Oh, Charlie's Lock, right. So we're at Charlie's Lock. I've just made a bunch of bloopers. And yeah, we're going that way. What? She's making fun.
Let's start again.
Morning.
Morning.
She's a good. She got that guy. Yeah.
Oh my God, we're delirious. I don't understand why. Yeah, we need to go back to get the bubble test pump to do some laundry and.
It's not the pump.
Bubble tester.
She's been watching all these videos. She's into true crime podcasts and true crime. She's into true crime podcast. Yeah. If we get a gas safety certified boat safety certificate, boat safety scheme. If we get a gas safety certified boat safety certificate, damn it. So thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs. So thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up. Comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that bell if you want to give us. Damn it. Because earlier when I did this, I said.
Ring.
I said.
Give us a bell.
Give us a bell, and give us a bell was wrong. So now, okay. So I'm trying again.